All right. Welcome back, you raging homosexuals and you flaming biatches. So, Black Ops 6. And of course, why the intro? Well, because we're talking about Call of Duty. And it's only with Call of Duty that we know who plays Call of Duty. So anyways, let's just dive right into it. By the way, that wasn't always the case for Call of Duty, but you know, Call of Duty is ragingly gay now, first and foremost. It is ragingly feminist, second most. It is ragingly diverse and woke. Okay? They've been doing this for multiple titles, inundated one after the other. It's like these freaking developers, they can innovate rapidly when it comes down to wokeness. They're like, you want more blacks? You want more Muslim women? You want more some other random race? We're gonna make up new races, by the way. Let's do that too. You want some more female soldiers? Don't worry, we have you covered. We're gonna do it. So anyways, Call of Duty is now gay. And did I ever really like Call of Duty? No. Call of Duty sucks. Okay, actually, I did really enjoy Black Ops Zombies. That's the only thing I ever enjoyed. Everything else is just mindless, run around a freaking map, get the same kills over and over again until you go brain dead and you die from boredom, okay? That's all it is good for. I don't know why anyone plays Call of Duty. Listen, I hate Overwatch. Overwatch is massively woke and gay, and feminist, by the way. But I will say this to you. I understand why people play Overwatch. I do not understand why people play Call of Duty. By the way, Warzone sucked, and that was boring. Anyways, let's get back to this. Let's do this again. So anyways, we're going into this trailer. I don't know. This is the live action reveal trailer for Black Ops 6. Let's see it.
We're recording. Truth is, your whole life is a lie.
That's what I said to your mother.
So, we hit the war, and now it rages on in the shadows.
Behind closed doors, where we hide the world's secrets.
While we build your trust, the world falls apart around you. If you weren't so distracted, you'd realize
Nothing is what it seems. But if it's truth you seek, look in the dark.
Okay. Really? Really, man? Alright. We brothers up in here, brother. We're gonna duty. We're gonna call up the duty in the Black Ops 6, brother. Oh, shit, brother. We was Spec Ops, brother. We was soldiers in the 1950s and 40s and also in the 1800s, brother. Okay, bro. So, what the frick who are these guys again? Activision? Is that, are we still Activision right now? Because I thought they got bought out by Xbox. So, whatever. I don't know. I don't have a clue. Okay, so anyways, okay. So, black guy, Call of Duty. That's the way we want to sell this now? I mean, okay, so we Call of Duty in the hood, or we're Call of Duty with the rap, and we're gonna be thugging, and we're gonna be singing about, you know, clapping those fat booty cheeks. And when I say fat, I mean obese. It's not like, oh dang, this girl's really well set. Her rear end is tight and it's great to look at. No, it's obese. So we're gonna be following a guy that I guess is gonna be rapping about clapping obese females while he's going bang clanging in the hood. I mean, is that what this is? Anyways, I'm not interested. Don't care. Okay, so this is gonna be about a black dude, I guess. And here's the other thing, man. Black Ops games have always been about white dudes. So here we are. We're race swapping the essence of a property, the essence of a franchise. This is annoying. This is frustrating to look at, but we've gone through this how many times now? We're just going to keep on race swapping everybody. We're going to keep on. I mean, this is supposed to be, by the way, right? Cold War era. What pictures the Cold War era is a bunch of white dudes going around doing spec ops stuff. Okay. By the way, let's go back to this line over here.
Truth is, your whole life is a lie.
You wanted peace, so we hit the war, and now it.
Okay, so I don't really know who these guys are all meant to be. I mean, obviously some of them are presidents. Then we also go over here and we have of course we have to have a woman in the trailer. Who's this?
Where we hide the world's secrets.
But okay. You know what I love is that these are clearly Democrats making games. These are clearly libtards making games. Clearly. This is very interesting to see that you have these leftists, they're making Call of Duty. And they want to sell, wait, the truth lies? Okay, sure, whatever. That's not, I don't even know what you mean by that. Activision, but whatever. Screw you. Anyways, it's so interesting that they want to make these trailers, because this is not the first time they've done this, where they want to play on this idea. You're being deceived. The government is creating this web of lies and you're getting entangled into as the public and you don't know what's real. You don't know what the truth is and you don't know what reality is and you don't know truth from fiction. They're weaving reality right before you and you're so confused, just like my wife and whether or not she's banged 17,000 guys before me. That's aside from the point. By the way, she's a massive whore. We all know it. It's not a question. Now it just comes down to verifying the veracity as to how many dudes she's gotten ran through. And of course, from how many different cultures as well. But again, dude, this is really silly because you want me to take this freaking game serious. You want me to take whatever story, trash a little freaking story that you're going to cobble together. Because listen, I've played a lot of previous freaking Call of Duty games and I've seen a lot of previous campaigns, if not played. I've watched many Call of Duty campaigns. They're trash, they're generic, there's really no story going on, and they're getting progressively woker and woker as time goes on. You know what's so funny? Have libtards though out of anybody to tell you that you're being deceived and the government's creating all these lies and you can't tell what's fiction and what's truth. They're the ones on the side of the fiction. They're the ones on the side of the propaganda. They're the ones who weave this false reality for you that creates a world that is destructive, that is in decay. They're the ones who push for the policies. And by the way, if you ever get listening to freaking libtards talking, and I've listened to it so many times over, hearing liberals talk and share their retarded thoughts and ideas, but I mean, you just keep on hearing it. Like right now today, where we sit within history, we know libtards to be absolute morons. Everything they stand for is an absolute lie. And they still believe their stupid positions. And they still believe that they always believe that the majority stands with their side. Now, of course, when you live within a world where liberals do everything in their power to silence their opposition, the only people, once you removed all of your opposition from being able to speak against you, the only people that do exist, you're right, is your side. Of course it is that way, but it's freaking ridiculous. In truth and in reality, you fascist mother effers, it is ridiculous to assume that the majority just simply always rests on your side. There is absolutely everything wrong with feminism, with multiculturalism, with homosexuality, and they keep on trying to push that stuff on and off, but it's here and there. But anyways, they always love to push that freaking crap, which is degeneracy, which by the way is against God. It is against the Bible. Screw you. And by the way, the foundation of America is based within God. Screw you, you freaking leftards. Anyway, but they always love to push their multiculturalism, they love to push their liberalism, they love to push all these freaking constructs of thinking that pushes forward their political, malicious intentions, which is all they have, of course. And by the way, they are the side of Satanism. They are the side of the devil. And you do have to expect this from the devil, to play the devil's game. Whatever, we get it, you're freaking evil. But the point is, you're going to, as you actively, within real time, for the last, more than last 8 years, but realistically for the last, let's just say 25 years, it's been longer than this. But again, how far back do we want to go towards all the lies that they've been peddling for how long? But again, we've been able to tell for such a long time all of their lies that they've been spindling down upon us. Now we're supposed to buy your crappy little freaking woke propaganda product to tell me that we've been lied to, and that what, you're going to be the vector of truth, that your little video game that you're constructing as your little leftist Democrat propaganda, you want me to buy into this trash? No, screw you and your multiculturalism, how you have to always push this freaking idea that, for one, by the way, that America is somehow not white, it's black, or it's Hispanic. No, screw you. America's a white country, and the less it remains white, the less it will remain as America. America is an Anglo-Saxon ideal, an Anglo-Saxon philosophy and idea. America is a construct of white men, Anglo-Saxon men. The very colonizers of America were white men. But you see, they continuously want to push onto you this brave and beautiful diversity. They want to push onto you feminism through product after product. They want to push onto you all this modern day egalitarian bullcrap, and they think it's normal. Well, it's not. So again, you have the political side that endemically lies to you about truth and reality. And now they have the freaking balls to make a product about you're being lied to. Hey, you freaking clowns. 2020, you lied to us the most. How many great scams happened in the year of 2020? How many scams were the American people fed into by? Then you can just go into what has happened for the last 8 years. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, we've already addressed 2020, but 2021, 2022, 2023, and we know right now a lot of the things going on. These mother effing Democrats, these woke leftist writers, they have been lying to you year in and year out. And of course, by the way, the lies go back even further than 2016. But we just know because, by the way, games got massively woke once Obama left office. And by the way, ESG started by Obama around Obama's time. And it seemed like an exit strategy for him to prop up these woke companies. Because you look at how woke everything got once Obama left, and you notice that a lot of the wokeness was creeping in once Obama secured his second term. It's interesting because it's almost like there was a dude in office who was a raging Democrat who, by the way, created a lot of problems, and I mean multiple problems for the country of America the second he got in. And once he got his final term, he went the full 9 yards. And of course, if you know anything about right now, well, it's most likely he's having a third term. But then you have these raging woke lunatics, and they have the gall. They have the gall right here.
Your whole life is a lie.
To tell you that your whole life is a lie.
One in peace.
One in peace. So
We hit the war, and now it rages on in the shadows.
all in the shadows.
Closed doors where we hide the world's secrets.
Hide the world's
While we
secrets.
build your
You guys are the side of absolute propaganda, of absolute deceit and weaponry of the truth. They're the very side that goes to war against the truth. They're the very side that destroys the idea such as nationalism, patriotism. We've demonized that idea now. Now that idea does not exist for modern day Americans. What modern day American tells you? You should be a nationalist. You should be a patriot. What is America? And preach on that is what America is. Whatever America is, you preach it on. We don't know what America is today, and we don't preach on what America is today. We used to know what it was, we used to care about what it was, and we used to fight for what it was. Nowadays, you're shamed for it. Nowadays, nobody believes in what America is. You can't even say what America is without triggering a freaking leftard. Sorry, the people writing for this game. You're going to sit there, and you're going to tell me about lies and delusion. How about we rewind the tape of what everything within the landscape of modernity is? It's you mother effing clowns. You're the massive lie. You're the ones that force onto us these ideas, these moronic assumptions like feminism. Oh, that apparently, right, men love it when women are more masculine, when women are more educated, when women are doing the things that men do, when women enter combat roles, when women go out into the workforce, which, by the way, has ruined the workforce, ruined paychecks for everyone involved, specifically men. It's ruined the economy. Women voting has ruined the economy. But you're going to tell us the world's better because of feminism, then multiculturalism, and how that's completely diluted and putrefied the waters of America. The makeup of America has been putrefied by multiculturalism. Because understand something. When you have a rather homogeneous culture, a homogeneous ancestry, the ethical values of your society are upheld the most. They are the most congruent. And there is the most synergy, the most uniformity within a nation when the people are incredibly alike. And when they're incredibly alike, there is this expectation and there is this social pressure to adhere to the group identity, the group identity, which basically resembles yourself. When you see, for instance, you live within a white country and you see another white guy. If you are a strong white guy and you see a weak white guy, you will look at that guy and ask yourself, what the frick is he doing? And it will happen on the inverse. The weak white guy will look at you as the strong white guy and say, why am I not being more like him? The expectation of uniformity, of ancestral and sociological uniformity is much more expected upon members of a group who are alike. What happens when you create a multicultural society is that you bring in people who do not want to be like you. They do not want to be you. They wish to enforce their own ethics upon you, and therefore you become a civilization that is androgynous, amorphous towards your own ethics. You no longer believe in your own ethics. Instead, you are at war with your own ethics. Because underneath multiculturalism, you begin to dilute the core culture. And now you are sacrificing the core culture for all the other subcultures at war to become the dominant head culture. That's what this does. That's what multiculturalism does. It androgenizes your society, and eventually, if your people submit to the invasive assimilators, then their ethics fall, their ethics fail, and let's face it, the outside groups in modern day, they don't have ideals or notions that are leading ethics that creates civilization. Modern civilization as we know it is an Anglo-Saxon ideal, and it is only brought forth by the Anglo-Saxons. Historically, this has been true for thousands of years. And again, America is a melting pot of white people ideas. Underneath multiculturalism, what do you begin to see? Well, for one, ratchet behavior, for instance, which is shown in its own ways on both black men and black women. We all know it's black men and black women, and also a little bit of Hispanics. They also commit to this behavior, which is what? It is basically criminal light behavior. What happens underneath multiculturalism? You begin to notice that then white people start to behave in the same method, in the same manner. You will see white dudes, they start trying to behave thug. Why are you trying to behave as a thug? You see white dudes, they start trying to talk like a criminal and blah, 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 blah. And then white women, you start seeing them, they become more erratic. They start becoming more disagreeable, exactly like a black woman would be. You start seeing the same issues in other ancestral groups starts to seep into the core group. And this is the problem with multiculturalism, is that typically the utmost of ideals are at war, at conflict with the lowermost of ideals, or rather the complete lack of ideals. That's a better way of saying it. Multiculturalism brings forth a civilization that is entering decay. Multiculturalism makes it so that there's no longer a synergy amongst its people, the civilization, and instead now the people are at war with one another, amongst themselves, and additionally, you start to see within demographics that didn't have problems, now they have problems. It used to be that, for instance, white women, they were very well behaved. Now, as you notice, the more blackified white people become, specifically white women, you start to notice that white women start to carry the same destructive habits and behaviors as black women. And vice versa, because of feminism, you have white women also trying to behave like black men, and you have white dudes who, they're just completely confused. And honestly, they are completely conflicted within themselves as to who they should be, how they should act, because this is the war of multiculturalism. And when you don't realize that you are at war with multiculturalism, then you fall prey to it. And what has effectively happened in modern day through multiculturalism is that you have white people, they have moralized their own defeat, their own failure, and their own death and destruction. You see this as clear as day. And you see similar methods of this happening from other groups onto the Anglo-Saxon groups who had a very stable culture, and that's why other people wanted to come in and pillage it. And by the way, this is the equivocal modern day pillaging. This is a, air quotes, pro-social pillaging of modern day barbarians. What is happening right now to America, this has been going on for many years, pretty much ever since World War II. That is where all this propaganda really started, first and foremost. So again, you have this political side of deceit, of delusion,
If you weren't so
of
distracted,
lies.
you'd realize
Nothing is what it seems.
Nothing is what it seems. Again, so many leftists are on this guy's side. This guy, right, he's supposed to be Stalin, as I imagine. Okay, well, they're on his side. You look at everything they pushed, by the way, during 2020. You guys are with the communists. You guys are with the socialists. You guys are with the fascists. You guys are against not a democracy. Screw democracies, by the way. You're not with whatever the frick a democratic republic is. Screw yourself, by the way, for even ever saying that. No, you're against the notions of America. You are against a constitutional republic. You have the gall to sit here and tell me what, that these are the villains? Or what, there's something sinister about these individuals. No, these are the heroes, according to the left, being shrouded within lies, within delusions and deceits. These are the lies of the left. They have been perpetrating for generations now. These are the heroes. This is Clinton, right? Yeah, this guy is their freaking hero. And listen, I don't need to say anything about Clintons, okay? You can already understand for yourself enough about them, all right? You're gonna sit here though? You're gonna try and sell me that these guys are they the sinister ones or are they the heroes? Because I don't know anymore. When we look at the lens of the mother effing left, they don't know the difference between good and evil. And of course, okay, that's a deeper conversation. The assumption or the idea, the belief about what is good and evil, who the frick even knows? Because everybody nowadays, and this is the thing about Americans, they're so ignorant. And yes, by the way, They are incredibly arrogant in their beliefs. We can no longer prove our own ethics to ourselves, nor each other. Why do you think there's so much mental illness nowadays? By the way, mental illness does not exist. It is called mental sabotage. Why do you think there's so much mental sabotage nowadays? Why do you think this is happening? Because we have completely lost our way. When you are no longer ingrained to the fact of reality, to the truth of the world. You have people who make up excuses for themselves to be lazy, to be fat, to be stupid and uneducated. You understand how many people, they make up excuses? Well, this is the reason why I'm fat. This is the reason, oh, I'm eating bad food and I can't help it, blah, blah, blah. You have a mother effing iPhone or smartphone, whatever. You have a computer. You have more knowledge than any of your ancestors who, by the way, your ancestors, by the overwhelming majority, were thinner and healthier than you are today. And they have a morsel of the access to information. You, as an American, you have all of the access to information, and you still make excuses. How many Americans, oh, I didn't know fast food was making me fat. You freaking clown. Go look it up. Look up what fast food, what's put into it, and look up what happens to you because of it. Look it up. Love of God, educating yourself is not that hard. And look into eating healthier foods, which is really not that difficult. Basically, let's just put it real simple. Just eat the foods that your mother effing ancestors ate. And by the way, you should be in a calorie deficit unless you're trying to do bodybuilding. If you're in bodybuilding, then try to get obese so that you can freaking work through all those excess calories and sculpt a bunch of muscle. But no, that's not what they're doing. They're bodybuilding for the freaking couch. They're freaking absorbing all these freaking macros and all these freaking calories because they're training for the freaking couch potato marathon Olympics. The point is, bro, you have a bunch of people who lie to themselves. You have a bunch of people who make up excuses for themselves. You have access to information that you can quickly and readily utilize. And by the way, yes, there's a bunch of misinformation out there, specifically from the left. The left is doing everything in their power to control information. By the way, if you look up on, for the longest time now, you look up on Google, what's the definition of fascism? They tell you it's a far-right ideological bent of governmental philosophy. Well, the truth is, no. Leftists are actually the branch. They are the method of fascism. But this is what they do. They take words, they deconstruct its meaning, and they completely pervert the meaning. That is, by the way, an entire point and method behind leftism is to deconstruct meaning and pervert it. That is why anytime you hear definitions and terms from a leftist, completely toss it away. They don't know, for one, what they're saying, but for two, they're lying to you, actively lying to you. Any words they use against you, it is an active lie. So again, these mother effers are going to sit here
Life is a lie.
and they're going to tell you what a lie is. They're going to tell you what truth and deceit is. They're going to tell you that they're creating this entire propaganda, this entire narrative to work against you.
If it's truth you seek, look in the dark.
The arrogance that it takes to do this freaking trash, man. And then here we go. We have to have a black operative because, again, it's modern day. We live in modern day. He is in the freaking historical, the iconic pose of Black Ops. But of course, what do we know about Black Ops? Well, white dudes. But now for some reason, it's black dudes instead. This is what we are being subjected to. Again, you're freaking cuck for buying Call of Duty. For buying Call of Duty this long. Call of Duty games are not that good. They're not worth your time. And for some reason, you're choosing to put your time into this demonic, time-sinking activity, which is playing a game that offers you no value for the time that you're investing into it. What do you get out of playing Call of Duty? Absolutely nothing. This is a complete joke. Anyways, man, do I give a crap about this? Absolutely not. Do I want to play this game? Absolutely not. Am I sick and tired of wokeness, of identity politics and everything. Absolutely. I'm sick and tired of the fact that we just can't have a white person's property any longer. I'm sick of the fact that we can't have a white person's anything any longer. White person game, white person movie, white person television show, white person book. You can't get white person anything because the mainstream wants to push their egalitarian ethics down your effing throat. They want you to buy into feminism and think it's a good thing. They want you to buy into multiculturalism and think it's a good thing. By the way, how's that working for America and the EU? Bunch of multiculturalism going on in both societies. And guess what? They're all corroding. Crime rates are going up. Problems with their economies and their housing and their, well, in specific countries, but it's becoming a growing problem. Hopefully it doesn't grow any larger, but we're also having problems with farming, okay? Listen, these problems, they're linked to progressivism. They are linked to egalitarianism. They are linked to liberalism. This is the lie. They're trying to tell you through this game, oh, all these things throughout history, this is all a lie. The political party that is writing this game, that is being serviced down your mother effing throat, they are the lie, and you are too much of a fool to even realize that the mother effers selling you these games, selling you these products, that they are the side of political weaponry and political delusion, political chaos, political deception, and political malice. Let's put this very clear. They attack everything that threatens their seat to power. That is why they've gone against patriotism. This is why they've gone against Christianity. This is why they've gone against nationalism. Anything that a leftist tells you to be concerned with, that is exactly what can be utilized to defeat and destroy them. They are not, by the way, do not fool yourself on anything on what they are. They are 100% through in and throughout. They are a, air quotes on, pro-social war philosophy. They shroud themselves in being, oh, we're good people, be a good person, oh, do all these things. These are the right ethics to hold because then you're no longer ethically compromised. They try to service you towards this fictitious idea that you will achieve ethical purity, like as if it's a religion, if only you would just service yourself towards the faith of their beliefs. The truth of it all is that they will destroy your society, and they have destroyed many civilizations in the past, specifically Greece and Rome. Both civilizations have fallen to right now what many modern day civilizations are falling to. You have to understand, they attack everything that they attack only because it threatens them. They do not attack what is weaker than themselves because they already control what is weaker than themselves. They only attack what is stronger. And until the day comes that they finally kill what is stronger than themselves, they will stop at nothing to moralize you, to tell you that the world that you live in is shrouded in lies, that it's wrong. Oh, women aren't in the workforce, that's wrong and it's evil. And women are not out there whoring themselves out to more men than one. And women are not in the universities taking all the seats up that men used to take. By the way, right? When you have a university, you have, let's say, 40,000 seats for Harvard. Then suddenly you say, well, that's too many men, that's wrong and it's evil. We should make it have more women, preferably more than men. Oh, okay, so let's cut that in half, more than half. Let's say it should only be 15,000 men now and 25,000 women going into Harvard. Of course, by the way, what they don't tell you is that they lower the standards to do this too, but who cares? That doesn't matter. Anyways, let's act like the standards don't even apply for 2 seconds here. Okay, they act like it's a good thing that we're pushing out men. We're taking away the career opportunities that, by the way, men have a birthright towards in America. Men in America, their forefathers died for this country. They have a birthright obligation to get higher education and become high-functioning members of society. But instead, what do we say? No, men should not be leaders of the household. No, women should be on equal footing as men, and they should go into university. They should take all the roles that men naturally, throughout history, have fulfilled and should continue fulfilling. No, women should take those roles now. We should also, by the way, we should start cucking men. And now men should have low career prospects for themselves, and they should no longer be proper and effective mating options for women. Because for some reason, it's a good idea that you cut in half, more than half, especially nowadays, that we cut more than half of men going into university. No longer should it be 40,000 men going into university. Now it should be 25,000 and growing. Now it's like 35,000. Out of the 40,000 should be women. And now let's create a sexual crisis amongst men and women, which is going on right now today. By the way, the leftards will sit there and be like, why are you upset about this? Oh, are you scared? Are you intimidated by strong women? They'll sit there and they will moralize and shame you for noticing a direct problem. Yes, no. No to your position, you freaking leftards. You make up a bunch of stuff. I don't care what you say. You're evil, you're satanic. And our founding fathers used to have solutions for people like you. But nowadays we live in a future where we are destroying the opportunities for men. We are destroying the natural relationships between men and women. Men must be superior to women. And if they are not, then women will do everything they can to reveal how much they despise men when men are not better than them. You have men who are perfectly built for becoming the next generation's intellectuals, the next generation's engineers, inventors, quantum physicists, etc., etc., etc. But instead, what do? We push out men, we push forth women, who, by the way, women are not serious about their careers ever. It's only in spite of men that women do pursue careers. Right now, you look at these countries, and of course, specifically, we're talking about America when it comes down to, of course, Call of Duty. We have a sexual crisis right now going on between men and women, and this is all by design. But they moralize you into believing, oh, it's a good thing that we cut out men, we forcibly push out men out of university, and then we create morality around the idea that somehow we need to push forward more women as we cast out men. And now, by the way, you're starting to have a lot of problems. For one, academic rigor is going down the drain. And this is happening within multiple industries. The worker efficiency of the people entering these roles, these jobs, it is all going down. Our economy is in shambles when we look at America and when we look at the EU. And it has all been moralized by postmodernism, egalitarianism. It's all been pushed forward by modern day politics of the left. And they have the gall to sit there and tell you that they're not the side of deceit. You look at every shred of their politics, and it's all utilized to destroy the civilization that they inhabit. Again, they destroyed the living existence of higher educated men. It used to be that Harvard was all men. Then they pushed them all out. Now we're seeing a bunch of societal problems. By the way, the field of psychology used to be very legitimate. Now it's a complete joke. Same with psychiatry, same with neurology, all of it, bro. Every single field is getting dominated no longer by men. And we're starting to see a lot of problems within every single industry in America. Again, pay attention to everything that they attack. Those are the exact things that can be utilized to defeat the left and their malicious, society-destroying politics. Everything they support is to defeat their opposition. And now you have a bunch of conservatives who don't even believe in conservatism anymore. They are all a bunch of neoliberals. They are no longer conservative. They don't fight for anything conservative. They believe in feminism. They believe in multiculturalism. They believe in all the freaking gender bullcrap. They believe in everything that did not build America. And they also moralize their own defeat. They moralize a corrupt government and, of course, the bastardization of the family unit and male-to-female dynamics. Here's my thoughts about this mother effing trailer, bro. It just highlights the pure hubris
Truth is,
of the left. The fact
your whole
that they
life
would
is
make a
lie.
freaking trailer like this. I don't care what they meant by this. I know exactly how I interpret the information in this trailer. I know exactly what all of this means.
Behind closed doors.
Trust. The world is
We know it's Democrats making this trash. And for that one reason alone, I have absolute animosity for this game, animosity for this product. And again, this is why I made the video. It's not out yet, don't care. It will be out soon. This is why I am so done with gaming. Understand this. There's a point in time where almost every single game I would pick up, I was excited to play. There was a point in time where every time I picked up a video game, I was like, oh shoot, what are we about to get into? This is about to be exciting, right? There was a point in time where I didn't expect the product to be crap. There was a point in time where I was genuinely happy to play games. There was a point in time where games actually edified me and offered food for thought, or they offered something of value for the value of the dollar that I invested into it. Let me say this right now. Just on the face of multiplayer gaming, it's all made for brain-dead morons nowadays. There used to be a time where we got games like Evolve, Battleborn, Halo Wars 2, Rainbow Six Siege. A game like that, at its inception, will never be made again. Again, that is an old game. It's been continuated, but we don't get games that are creatively made that have different gameplay loops than whatever is modern day and pre-established generic tropey bullcrap that we see today. You don't get interesting new ideas anymore. You don't get a game like For Honor. You don't get a game like, and I'm not saying these games are perfect, by the way, but you look 10, 15 years ago, there were a bunch of multiplayer games being consistently released that were interesting, cool, dynamic. A lot of them lacked content, and that was a huge issue. But they had a germ of an idea that was creative and that was actually enticing. And I enjoyed playing these games. By the way, there's a bunch of games I'm forgetting on the spot right now. Doesn't matter. The point is, there used to be a bunch of games that I enjoyed playing. I used to be excited when a new game would come out. There used to be a point in time where I would sit there. Oh, sorry, another game I forgot. Gigantic. I really enjoyed that game too. But there was a time where video games came out and it was the idea of what novelty can this provide me? How deep can we go with a gameplay loop and a gameplay cycle to keep the player engaged? And now you just have brain dead looter shooters or other games that are barely thought out. It's just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Oh, drop into a level, loot a bunch of items that you've looted literally hundreds of times before, right? Apex Legends, you're spending over the course of many matches, you're spending like 10 to 20 minutes looting for guns in that game before you actually get to the game. Don't even get me started about single player games. The point is, man, games are no longer made with quality in mind, with creativity, imagination in mind. No longer do we get effective, proper products. Nowadays, all we're getting is propaganda. And for that one reason alone, man, I am at the absolute state of contempt for these games. And Black Ops 6, I'm not looking forward to it.